Thames Challenge Cup men's eights to start day 2, and we will see on the Bucks station the Tideway Scullers School, who beat Leeds yesterday against Molesey BC, who were really impressive in the opening race yesterday, beating Tyne, and away they go. Just looking as they head past Temple Island. You've got the Tideway Scullers School on the Bucks station. Should be smooth enough. Both of these boats got through that tricky first few strokes very smoothly yesterday, and they look like they're going to do similar today. There you have the Tideway Scullers School boat.
Yeah, 8:30 in the morning, and after a really good clean start from both of these crews. We saw Molesey go a little bit quicker to the barrier yesterday morning in those really still conditions, so I think Scullers will feel like they want to get out and they want to challenge to make sure Molesey can't get into their rhythm, and that's just what they're doing. Side-by-side racing at this point, you know, it's about keeping yourself in your boat, working with your crew and really ensuring you get your rhythm here.
And I absolutely get that, but do they watch the opposition's performance from the previous day? Will that be a must view last night on the telly, so that they can understand what the opposition is likely to do and potentially disrupt that race plan?
I suppose it's an amazing resource now, isn't it? I'm sure back in my day I'd be there looking at the numbers, I'd be looking at their times to the barrier, looking at the times to 40 and thinking about, you know, where might I want to just adjust my race effort, if you like. And now, of course, you can watch it on YouTube, and watching these boats yesterday, I think you would have seen how the Molesey and that Tyne race, it was battled all the way, and Scullers, we saw a few steering issues and for them and later on down the course, so I think they'll have watched those and put those right. So maybe you look at your own performance and, of course, your opposition's also.
Back in my day. I'm very confident your day's still to come, sir.
Well, it feels a long time ago now, Tim.
So on the water, and we've got this first race as they go past the barrier. First progress marker there.
And it is Molesey who have repeated their slightly quicker time, but this is really close racing. You see the Scullers bowman just look over there, and this will be fast racing and furious racing. It's a really exciting piece. The Molesey strokeman there, he is just having a sneaky glance as well, just to see whether he can still see the stern of the Sculler crew there, I'm sure, but it's his job really to make sure that he's getting that rhythm, getting that length, working well with his cogs. I love this side-by-side racing, day 2 down the Henley course.
You mentioned the Tideway Scullers bowman David Rogel, quite an incredible story. Most of us have missed Henley for a couple of years. How about 6 years out? So this is his 5th time competing at Henley after a 6-year hiatus. That's some break, isn't it? Great for him to be back.
And looking at the programme where now, if you're holding a regatta programme, we are showing how many times individuals have raced in the regatta. That's the new number by them, and there's huge experience in both these boats. Tideway Scullers there, and bowman, he's raced 8 times, Rogel and 2, 4 times, 11 times the foreman Riddler in the yellow and the red boat, and then a handful of times in the stern, and then we've got 7 in the 7-man, the 3-man of the Bolsgo. So some real experience. They've done this course before. They'll know what it feels like. They know as we're getting into what we were talking about yesterday, the Badlands, where you've got that bit of quiet. It's an early morning race, and this is where these races are won and lost. It's about how you can concentrate, how you can use your boat, and the efficiency of your stroke. And look here, Molesey, they just look a little bit more efficient. They're pressing their finish a little bit more stroke than the Scullers, which actually seem to be putting their effort on the catch. Molesey there, that finish I was talking about, you can see how they're pressing it together. It really is pushed through. Scullers maybe putting their effort a little bit more on the catch, and it's that catch-driven stroke that is making a difference for Scullers now, moving half a length up.
Yeah, nip and tuck at the minute, isn't it? It was Molesey who were dominating early, but Scullers now have got that half length. And I think this is going to be a good tussle right to the end, looking at where we are as they go past the next progress marker. It's going to be very interesting, this second half of the race. It's just ebbing and flowing along really nicely. Thomas Critchlow, the cox for Molesey. He should be all about speed. He's a design engineer at McLaren's F1 team, so he should know how to get things moving quickly.
It's amazing how many rowers we do have that F1 team. We've also got Tom Stallard, Olympic silver medalist. He's working for that group too. So I wonder if they met through rowing and went into McLaren, or went through McLaren and went through rowing. That's a question to be asked. I think he said he'd been to the Regatta a few years ago, and now he's finding himself coxing here. Now look at this scullers boat. They really have made a good part of this race. They've got themselves up. They started to move against the Molesey B crew, and they've kept moving. And just look where they've chosen to place their boat. It is really safely on their side of the river, but on the edge of their lane, if you like. It's just making sure that they're away from the barriers, the steering issue that they were reported to have yesterday, fixed, and making sure that they are safely away from the booms and on their lane.
Molesey B finding it hard work. They were really impressive yesterday, beating time, but this time it may be a step too far because they're running out of water. They're a length down, the Tideway Scullers School, who look like they've got the race firmly in control as they move in front of Stewards now, and they're just stretching that lead to beyond a length. It's been very impressive from them. Early morning performance here.
Yeah, the Tideway Scullers made their big move, and I thought Molesey were just beginning to hold them and perhaps move back, but look, they've moved again. They've pressed it, they're looking over. You can see now that they're able to see the opposition, and that is a really motivating part. And you can see the bowman there having a look, where am I in the enclosures? He's looking at the members' grandstand. He's looking for the finish. He needs to concentrate. They've got a few more strokes yet. But yes, as they come up towards us now, they've made a really good progress on this course. They've had a really good race, side by side up to halfway. Now we see the Tideway Scullers crew ahead.
Yeah, enjoyable to watch tactically, because there were lots of pushes, lots of moments where they just stepped up and pushed on. And so Rogel and Newton and Strout, Turp, Thompson, Diamond Brown, Langston, Bolt, Riddler and Taylor over the line. The Cox Mitchell there to celebrate. Molesey go out.